Filipinos still have a long way to go when it comes to investing for the future. We seem to prioritize.
The world around us is ever-changing. We are facing development challenges on a global scale. Today, 41 million out of 57 million deaths are attributable to non-communicable diseases. In the Philippines, 5 out of 10 families were deprived of basic education. The Philippines also ranked third in the top 10 countries with the most natural disasters. Women participation in the labor force is less than half at 48%, while male participation is at 77%. The United Nations identified and adopted 17 Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs to address the challenges faced by economies, societies, and the environment. We at ATRAM support the UN and the SDGs by launching the ATRAM Philippine Sustainable Development and Growth Fund. The fund is designed to invest in Philippine companies that score high in terms of the integration of UN SDGs into their operations and strategy. Through this fund, we hope to encourage PSC-listed companies to integrate UN SDGs into their businesses. We must work together to make a world a better place. ATRAM Philippine Sustainable Development and Growth Fund. Invest in a sustainable future together. Invest to thrive. Invest together. For more information, visit www.atram.com.ph.
We Filipinos still have a long way to go when it comes to investing for the future. We seem to prioritize.
The world around us is ever changing. We are facing development challenges on a global scale. Today, 41 million out of 57 million deaths are attributable to non-communicable diseases. In the Philippines, 5 out of 10 families were deprived of basic education. The Philippines also ranked third in the top 10 countries with the most natural disasters. Women participation in the labor force is less than half at 48%, while male participation is at 77%. The United Nations identified and adopted 17 Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs to address the challenges faced by economies, societies, and the environment. We at ATRAM support the UN and the SDGs by launching the ATRAM Philippine Sustainable Development and Growth Fund. The fund is designed to invest in Philippine companies that score high in terms of the integration of UN SDGs into their operations and strategy. Through this fund, we hope to encourage PSC-listed companies to integrate UN SDGs into their businesses. We must work together to make a world a better place. ATRAM Philippine Sustainable Development and Growth Fund. Invest in a sustainable future together. Invest to thrive. Invest together. For more information, visit www.atram.com.ph.
We Filipinos still have a long way to go when it comes to investing for the future. We seem to prioritize.
The world around us is ever changing. We are facing development challenges on a global scale. Today, 41 million out of 57 million deaths are attributable to non-communicable diseases. In the Philippines, 5 out of 10 families were deprived of basic education. The Philippines also ranked third in the top 10 countries with the most natural disasters. Women participation in the labor force is less than half at 48%, while male participation is at 77%. The United Nations identified and adopted 17 Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs to address the challenges faced by economies, societies, and the environment. We at ATRAM support the UN and the SDGs by launching the ATRAM Philippine Sustainable Development and Growth Fund. The fund is designed to invest in Philippine companies that score high in terms of the integration of UN SDGs into their operations and strategy. Through this fund, we hope to encourage PSC-listed companies to integrate UN SDGs into their businesses. We must work together to make a world a better place. ATRAM Philippine Sustainable Development and Growth Fund. Invest in a sustainable future together. Invest to thrive. Invest together. For more information, visit www.atram.com.ph.
Hey, good evening to everyone. Good evening, good evening. We are live. So really looking forward to having this session with you tonight. Pero before we do that, so shout out lang to the people who are attending. So I really excited for this session. I was preparing for the session tonight, so sabi ko medyo madugo nga yung topic natin. But again, kung taga saan ka man, please shout out tayo. I just wanted to find out, where are you from? We have how many people? We have 120 plus people already in our live stream. We're now streaming live in Facebook, also in YouTube, and of course people are sharing this session. It's going to be a wonderful session. And again, you might want to share this live stream, tag your friends. So para marami kinakabahan ngayon, marami concern about the many things that are happening right now. It's good to talk about these things. So again, sige, gusto ko malaman from Bataan. So I'd like to say hi to, babasa ako na siyempre, hindi na mabasa, no? Okay, so, we have Jamie from Bataan. We have Roselito from San Pedro, Laguna. Okay, we have si Cho Fernandez. Oy, Cho, okay. Present again, salamat. From where ka, Cho? And of course, si Ronald from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So again, shout out to all of you. Kung gusto mo pa-shout out, just post. I'm really interested to know where you are right now. There's over 130 people in the Facebook stream today. We're also streaming in YouTube, no? So this can also be seen in the streaming of Atram channel, both Facebook and YouTube. But I am sure, nababasa ko lang to. Oy, Brian Eugenio from Abu Dhabi, UAE. Oy, I'll be in UAE next week. Palis na po ako. So I have a session in Abu Dhabi on July 12. Okay. So that's also si Saf, no, from Pasay. O gaydo yung taga UAE. I'm gonna be there for a conference on July 16, 17. I'll be with Rex Mendoza. I'll be with Carlo Ople and Ben Lebig. And my friends we're all gonna be there. Oh, si Jeneline galing from Pangasinan. Si Shalane galing from Zamboanga City. Elmer from Butuan. Sash from Pasay. Okay, watching from the seafood capital of the Philippines, Capiz. Okay, sige, padala ka naman ng seafood dito, Jen. Okay, again, may taga KSA. Shout out Takurong. Wow, ang layo pala na inaabot natin. So again, what I just wanted to tell you, that we're doing this stream, we're doing this Facebook Live, YouTube Live, because I feel I owe it to you guys to tell you what's going on. At the same time, connect with you. But this is going to be, kasi napansin nyo, if you've been, you caught some of my Facebook Live sessions, very erratic yung schedule niya, no? But this time, I'm really proud to announce that it's going to be a monthly thing, at least until year end. So please tune in every first Saturday of the month. So every first Saturday of the month at 8 p.m., we will do a live stream, and of course you can catch this live stream in the YouTube and of course Facebook and also in the Atram channels. No? So I'd like to thank my friends in Atram for helping me put this up. So medyo parang Atram came, sabi niya, let's do your live stream. So again, shout out to my friends in Atram for making this possible. Yan sa taga Bulacan, sa San Jose del Monte, Novaliches, and for many other places, no, Tacloban. Wow, okay. So yan, marami tayo all over the country tayo, no. Meron bang yung taga-bayan ko, Quezon City, okay. Meron bang taga Quezon City, puro parang lalayo ng lugar nyo, no. So we're gonna be able to do that. So again, these live streams, wala pa akong title sa live stream na to, I don't know, but Randall Chong sa live streams, it's going to be every Saturday. So abangan nyo lang, no. Every first Saturday, not every Saturday, every first Saturday, I'm gonna be doing something like this. May topics na ako naka-line up. Of course, pressing topics will be discussed. So announce ko lang on August, the first Saturday of August, August pa yun? 6? Okay, August, we're gonna talk to you about property update. Ano ba nangyayari sa property? Bakit ang taas ng price? Makakabili pa ba ako? And I'm gonna be having a guest. His name is David Lee Chu. So again, it's gonna be a wonderful discussion with him. Marami kayo mga katanungan. We're gonna be picking up. Just keep on posting your questions. So post your questions and baka hindi namin na-pick up, paki-type nyo lang yung question nyo kung di ko nasagot. I'll try to answer most. Of course, I cannot answer all of them, but I'm gonna be able to talk to you about these things. So again, ano lang, so, uy, may taga-Israel, si Marky. Taga-Israel, saan ka? You know, I've been to Israel twice. Taga-Tel Aviv ka ba? Okay, uy, si, nakuha doon yung books ko. Okay, Tacloban, pauwi. Okay, so yan. So all of them, no, there's 150 of you here. Again, request ko lang, if you can share this live stream, go to your, tingnan nyo doon sa, nanonood kayo, click nyo share, para share nyo para maraming makanood. A lot of people are being more financially literate, matuto sila, and stuff like that. And in a few minutes, you can start posting your questions. I'm gonna go to Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv, one of the best shawarmas I've eaten is in Tel Aviv, yung malapit sa Jaffa. Okay, so nag-plug pa, sarap doon, Okay, pakikain mo na lang ako, Maki, Okay, sarap doon, namimiss ko na yung sa may tower, sa may clock tower. So, again, so wherever you are from, shout out to you, whether you're from the Middle East or wherever you are, or in, Alabang, Quezon City, Tacloban, Davao, wherever you're, Cebu, I'd like to say hi to all of you. And salamat, Salamat for, I know it's a Saturday, you'd like to be able to relax, and you're here, And of course, maybe you're concerned about these things, and we want to be able to talk to you about. What I want to have is to have a conversation with you. Pag-usapan natin to. Paano ba nangyayari? Bakit? And of course, before I entertain the questions, kasi gusto ko mas marami yung question and answer natin. Gusto ko lang malaman mo na I know what's going on. I have empathy. Ako din naman, I'm concerned. But let's try natin, himayin natin to and what we can do. Shout out to Miss Aurenice Zorka Bitas from Albay. Okay, yan. So from Albay, so shout out din to you. Okay, sino ba mga kailangan natin shout out? Okay, ang Tel Aviv, bigla ko na-miss yung shawarma sa So Marky, doon sa may sa may tower, sa may clock tower, sa may Tel Aviv sa Jaffa. Sobrang sarap, di ko makalimutan yun. I went there. So one of my friends, si Jody Santa Maria, punta siya ng Israel. And sabi niya, Randall, what's your tip for me? I'm going to Israel. Sabi ko, pumunta ka dun sa clock tower sa may Jaffa. Sobrang sarap ng shawarma. And true enough, sabi niya, Randall, ang sarap. Anyway, I've been to many. I've tried in Qatar, Dubai, Oman. It's not the same. Pinakamasarap pa rin yun. Anyway, yan. So kung taga saan ka man, I'd like to be able to say hi to you. Again, really looking forward to our session. Okay, so we want to be able, again, please, please, Alona Gonzalez is watching. She's a friend of mine. Okay, shout out to you. Gusto ko lang malaman, I would like to be able to answer most of your questions. So later on, just, keep on posting. Pag nadaanan yan, di ba, pwede kong ulitin lang. Hi to Maricel from Hong Kong. Okay, Hong Kong, sana medyo lumuwag-luwag na kayo because I normally visit Hong Kong once a year. Okay, I'll be in Singapore, by the way, in September, October. I'll be in Singapore. So again, if you're from Singapore, catch out my seminar. I'll be in Dubai on July 16 and 17. I'll be in Abu Dhabi, July, something like that. So, and then meron po akong program na announce ko lang, Unbox Success. Okay, we're going to talk about non-traditional investing with Carlo Ople, with Tony Herbosa. We're going to have that in September 24 at SM Samsung Hall in SM Aura. So yan. Again, we're going to be posting those things. So again, good evening to everybody. So again, excited ako because we're going to be able to talk to you. Oh yeah, nag-hi na sa Alona. Hi Alona. Okay, so ayan, we want to be able to do that. Marble Capital of the Philippines. Saan ba yung Marble, Leandro? Saan ba yung Marble Capital of the Philippines? So kung taga saan ka man. We're now at 170. Yan yung mga yan yung mga pag-uusapan natin. Okay? So again, from where you are, it looks like you're from different parts of the world. I'd like to say good evening to you kung saan ka man. Maybe iba yung time zone mo. Binabati ko po kayo. It's a Saturday night. Okay? We want to be able to do that. So, ready na ba kayo? Okay? Sino rito yung nagtataka? Ano ba nangyayari ngayon? Everybody's concerned about what's happening right now. No? Of course, I'll give you I'll give you a report of what's going on. Okay, by the way, salamat to Atram for partnering with this live stream. We're going to do it every first Saturday. So, bumalik kayo. On August, I'll be having David Lee Chu talking about property. Ano ba nangyari sa property market? Real estate. We're going to have guests. We're going to talk about many things. Crypto, we're going to talk to you about it. What's happening in the stock market, what's happening to many things. Anything related to personal finance, we're going to be able to do that. We might even do live streams on, money and marriage, yung mga ganun bagay. might invite my wife to join me in a live stream also. So yun yung mga so every hi Erwin from Antipolo. Every first Saturday of the month, meron po tayo live stream. So please check it out. Balik-balikan niyo po and you can catch this. Again, request ko lang dun sa mga naka-live ngayon, can you please share this live stream so that others can also watch and be benefited from this discussion. Okay, ready na tayo? Ready na ba kayo? Pag-aralan natin ano nangyayari ngayon. Sino ready na? Kung ready kayo, please thumbs up naman o kaya heart ba yun, emoticon. So just wanted to see, parang para malaman lang natin. Please do post. Nakikita ko po, my phone is on. I can see all your, may mga nag-heart na heart or thumbs up. Salamat. Uy, watching from Spain. Hola! Okay, so saan ka man sa Spain? I might visit Spain in the next 2 years. Plano ko yan. Might do some stuff there. Ayan, so heart emoticon or thumbs up. Uy, Miss Acel Van Omen, my dear friend, thank you for watching. Okay, si Acel, the original singer of Torete. Wow, napaka-starstruck naman ng ating mga nakikinig. So hello Acel. And yan, so ayan, ready na. So ready. We wanna be able to talk about may mga celebrity pa akong medyo nakikinig, nahiya naman ako, no? Okay, so again, good evening to everyone. Really looking forward to discussion. And there's so many things happening right now. The question is, what do I do about it? And this is something that I'm really looking forward to share with you. So, share lang ako ng screen, mga kapatid. So, share natin to. Share. So, again, thank you to Atram for doing this. And my shout out lang to the guy behind this, my technical director, si Brian. Brian, salamat for doing this. Okay, so again, teka. Mali, nasa dulo kagad. Okay, sorry. Di ba? Pasensya na po, di ba? Tao lang. Okay. So, ba't ganun? Okay, so, okay. Yan. Okay, mali. Mali yung na-share ko. Okay. Share. Asan ba ang aking share button? Okay. Siyempre, diba, pasensya na po at lolo na po ako, mabagal dito. Ayun, nakita ko na. Dami naka-open na screen, no? So, reminder lang, huwag mag-open sa katutak ng screens. Okay, so what to do with my investments? Anong gagawin natin? Today is July 2. A little bit of an update of what's going on. Okay, the question na tatanong natin, nagka-crash ba market? Is the market crashing? Depending on where you are. I mean, if you look at cryptocurrencies, it's lost quite a significant amount of money. The stock market, some of them are really done well. Some merong mga konting, I think commodities are up. There are certain things that are going up, but generally, on a general rate, medyo it's not that great. I mean, it's not as bad as we expect it to be. But it's not that great. With the exception of a few, we'll talk about it. Ano na ba kumikita ngayon? So is the market crashing? That's a good question. Okay? And the answer, not really crashing, but it's not earning. It's actually losing money and that's a concern for many of us. No? This is how the market has performed. The Philippine stock market has performed in the last 3 months. Nakita mo? Nasa 7.2 na nga tayo. No? Before, medyo okay na yun. No? So what? We ended up at about 6.2, like 6,000 pa nga tayo the other day, and now it's about close to about 6.2. It's gone down, no? So 1,000 points have been removed. Whatever gains we had, nawala siya, kinain siya, and we're usually kasi, after election, umakit ang mga market, but this time it's the other way around. So many things are happening right now. We're going to talk to you about it, but this is how the market has performed. It has significantly gone down from our highs of, pre-pandemic at 7,000, even 8,000. We're now at 6,200. Again, it's up from 5,000 during the 2020 season. But again, medyo nangangapa tayo. So, yan, very important. Okay, thank you, Ronald, for sharing. Okay, so para lang nang gagawin natin, Mr. Severino Angel, my student, watching from Iloilo. Okay, yan, so we want to be able to tell you, again, it's crashing. It's not crashing, it's declining. And kasi nakita mo yung trend, parang ano ba, mag-i-invest ba ako o hindi? Yun yung mga tanong ng tao. So hindi lang to local, ito naman yung performance ng US. I use the DJIA, the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Kumbaga ito yung equivalent ng PSEI nila sa US. And alam mo naman, pag US, it's a global standard. No? It's not just US, but most of the global companies are there. And you just see that, no, from a high of about 35,000 points to now at about 31,000. So significant decline, over 10% decline also in the US market. So both are happening. PSEI is down significantly. Okay, 7 to 6,000. That's over like 12, 13, 14% decline. The US about 10%. So medyo mirroring tayo. It's happening right now. DGIA, and ito kung sino man nag-i-invest dito, ito talagang parang napapaubo ko, no? Of course, I'm also an investor there. Bitcoins. Okay. Bitcoins is down by 59% in the last 6 months. Okay, last 6 months, Bitcoin closing to about close to 50,000, 40-something thousand. 6 months ago to about 20,000 now. It has gone down by almost 60%. Is it continuing to go down? Maybe it's going to correct. When it's going to go up? There's a lot of questions that we're experiencing. So Philippine stocks are down. US, pretty much global stocks are down. Cryptos are down. Ano pa ba ang hindi down? Diba? Okay, yun yung mga question natin. So, lahat ba bumababa? Yung tanong. Lahat ba bumabagsak? Hindi. May tumataas. Anong tumataas? Inflation ang tumataas ngayon. So, baliktad naman. Inflation ang tumataas. Presyo ng gasolina. Lahat. Ngayon, pati food prices are going up. And it's happening everywhere you go. Okay, we've hit a 5.4, very high inflation rate now, and you see what's happening right now. No, it's really ang laki, no? It's a spike, no? Pero not too long ago, we were at about 3%. Now at 5.4%, and we're seeing that. And some regions are higher than the others, no? CAER, okay, is now 6.9. Central Luzon is 6.7. Mababa lang yung BARMM, no? Saan nga ba yun? 2.4. But everybody, is in the high 4s, high 5s, and some of them even breaching almost 7, no? With Central Luzon being the highest hit, no? Eastern Visayas at 6.3, Central Visayas at 5.3, Western Visayas at 5.8, 5.9, Bicol region is almost 5. I mean, anywhere it's crazy. And this is driving a lot of the reasons why. Just explain ko lang sa inyo, no? I don't want to do a macroeconomic session, although we're gonna give you economic updates also in this. Balikan nyo lang, reminder lang guys, every first Saturday, magtipon-tipon tayo, mag-uusap-usap tayo, we're gonna talk about pressing matters, we're gonna try to answer your questions, you can have a conversation with me, and whoever expert I'm gonna bring in. Okay, tonight, walang expert, ako lang muna, magtsaga kayo sa akin. That's happening right now. Inflation is driving. Why is inflation driving? I had a live stream last month. We talked about inflation. Balikan nyo, I think it's in my page. And ngayon nasa YouTube na, mas madali mag-research sa YouTube, no? And you'll see that a lot of the supply chains are happening right now as the economies are happening, and still there's still restriction. China has a zero COVID policy. Matagal bago lumabas. Ukraine was attacked by Russia. Oil prices, gas prices, everything, all of this is happening at the same time, which is driving inflation. Everything that's happening right now is inflationary in nature. And alam ko naman, alam niyo na to, pero kwento ko lang sa inyo, na most central banks, most governments, pag tumataas ang inflation, ang knee-jerk reaction nito is itaas ang interest rate. Because they want to remove too much liquidity in the market para hindi nag-speculate and para i-dampen kasi masyado nang mainit, 'di ba? 'Di ba minsan parang alam mo yung, although di na nangyayari ngayon kasi when I was driving in the 80s, maraming kotse, in the 90s maraming kotse madalas mag-overheat. So minsan kailangan pinapasingaw mo na konti, no? Huwag mo bubuksan natin kasi sa sabog, pinasisingaw. Parang ayun kung connect naman yung analogy ko, no? But medyo ganun, pinapasingaw natin. So tinataas mo yung interest rate. So the US dictate and the Philippines also increasing interest rates. The downside of interest rates is if you increase interest rates, investments also goes down. So meron siyang reverse relationship. May inverted relationship siya. Inverse relationship. So pag tumaas ang interest rate, bababa ngayon ng investment and interest rate has been increasing. Okay, so nag-shift ngayon. So that's important. At the same time, with all this volatility, one of the reason is people go to safe haven na currency. Kaya tumataas ang dollar. Diba? Tumataas ang dollar kahit na may laki na inflation na US. Diba? Ba't ganun ang laki na inflation na US? By the way, mataas ang inflation na US kaysa sa atin. So bakit ganun? Kasi nga, ang tao natatakot, dollar muna tayo, the global standard. So dollar muna tayo. So tumataas ngayon yung demand for dollars. So again, it drives price. So nasa 55 something tayo. 58 siguro yung high peak natin. No? Again, I'm just quoting numbers. So yan yung mga nangyayari sa atin. Okay? So yan, Central Mindanao. Ay dating, BARM na pala pangalan. Hindi na ARMM. Okay. So yan yung nangyayari sa atin and it's going crazy. Now, problema din yan because pag tinaas mo naman ang interest rate, naapektahan mo naman yung GDP growth, no? Sobrang connected to. So the problem is balancing act. So central banks today, governments today, I mean, they don't want inflation to go crazy, so they try to combat it with inflation. Okay, they use monetary policies to do that. Okay, so tinatanggal nila they use quantitative ways by increasing interest rate. So tinatanggal nila yung liquidity sa market. Tatamaan mo ngayon yung investment kasi tinaas mo yung interest. Pag hindi mo naman tinaas yung interest rates, dire-diretso naman inflation. Pero pag tinaas mo naman interest rates, naapektuhan naman yung GDP growth. So alam mo yon, ang hirap yung nangyayari. And that really explains the, again, I oversimplified guys. No? Marami pang makamagad sa akin yung mga analysts. Masyado naman dinalian yung explanation, but tao lang po, no? That's what's happening right now. So, ang daming confusion. So, ang daming nakatipto, di natin alam gagawin. So, again, that's what's happening to the market today. The market will always be driven by sentiments. Ang sentiment nila ngayon, ang gulo-gulo, ano gagawin natin? Ang taas ng interest rates, ang taas ng inflation, di natin sure, may gera pa. So, that's happening right now. That's why you see your numbers, okay? You see your numbers. Philippine stock market is down. TJIA, US stocks or global stocks are down. Even the alternative is even worse than the others, no? Kasi, di ba na, mag-Bitcoin na lang ako. Bitcoin bagsak din kasi nagmi-mirror na rin naman sa nangyayari sa traditional markets. So this is happening right now. Inflation continues to go up. Interest rate is now going up because to battle inflation rate. And again, those things are happening right now. Okay? Fuel prices are up, food prices are up, many things are up. So expect prices to be more challenging times for us, diba? I mean, medyo sabi nga nila, nauubos na rin yung revenge spending ng tao, diba? Kasi nag-normalize na tayo. Now, I had this conversation kanina, I had a class kanina, maga meron akong class I was teaching the RFP. And we had this conversation and I'm having with you right now. Diba? Excited tayo, mag-open na economy, pwede na lumabas, back to normal na tayo. Binulugan naman tayo nangyayari sa merkado ngayon. And many of us, medyo na-forecast ba namin ito mangyayari? Hindi. Hindi na meron na ganito ka-grabe mangyayari. Na ganito ka-challenging. So medyo madugo lahat ngayon. And of course, if you're investing, what do I do? Next question is, Randall, mag-i-invest pa ba ako? Before we answer those questions, let me continue with these things. Okay? So, okay pa kayo guys? Okay, ano lang So, continue. Wow, we are now at 238. Okay, 238 right now. So again, please share the stream. At least para makatulong to sa mga ibang tao. Pwede nyo rin balikan to kasi andyan naman yung recording afterwards. Okay? So, ayan. And then later on, I will try to start answering your questions. So, kinuwento ko lang, generally what's happening right now. I'll try to come up with future live streams more siguro mas detalyado, and I'll probably bring in the experts. No, I'll bring economists, or industry experts and product-specific experts to be able to help. Basta, ito lang every first, kalendaryo na to. Every first Saturday, kita-kita tayo dito either in Facebook or in YouTube. Okay? So, yan. And balikan nyo itong mga topics na to. Now, dami nangyayari, Randall. What should I do? Okay. Ako, ito. Relax muna. Relax muna tayo. Tignan muna natin ano nangyayari. Pause muna tayo. Kasi iba parang gangon, oh may pera ako, invest ako ngayon, lagay ko na lahat ng pera ngayon. Di ba? May ganong, may mga sabi, when the market is low, come in, be bold. I mean, there's some truth to it. Pero teka, hinay-hinay lang. Iba naman, wag na muna, tago na muna tayo, cash na lang, di ba? Ano yung mga nakita mong suggestion? I see this in my Facebook post. Cash is king. Better at this point in time to remain cash. Iba naman, very bold. Opportunity. Kasi totoo naman, may opportunity, no? May mga certain stock prices na maganda bilhin because they are now trading below book value. Hindi below net asset value, ha? Below book value. So, ibig sabihin, pag nalugi kumpanya, niliquidate, may kita ka pa. Kasi kunyari, book value, piso. Tinitrade siya at 60 centavos. So, ibig sabihin, pag binenta lahat ng assets mo, may piso makuha mo, 60 centavos yung binili mo lang ng 60 centavos, so kumita ka agad ng 40 centavos. Parang ganon. So may mga ganong opportunity rin. Even the index, di ba? I mean, hello, nag-8,000, 9,000 tayo, nasa 6,000 tayo. Di ba? Hindi ba make sense yan? Di ba? Na 40,000 yung mga Dow Jones dati. So pwedeng bumalik doon. So those are concerns that are happening right now. May pullback, so we can earn. But at the same time, ito na ba ang lowest? Are we now experiencing the bottom? Everybody's trying to predict, no? Hindi, bottom na to. Hindi pa to bottom. Hindi, pababa na to. Hindi, tapos na to. Hindi. Diba? Naka-ano pa tayo, naka-downtrend pa tayo. Wag mo na pumasok. So, whatever approach that you're using, I mean, I think there's no one way, one answer for these guys. So, dito nga balikan ko. Before I give you an answer, what to do, what should I do, balikan muna natin, punta muna tayo sa fundamentals or foundations natin. So pag nag-i-invest kayo, and I'm assuming you're listening to this because you're investing, okay, again, before you can invest, manage your money well, get out of debt, emergency funds, have insurance. Reminder lang sa mga kaibigan ko, no, bago mag-invest. Pag kayo tumalon doon, make sure you're managing your money well, make sure, diba, you're managing your debt well, make sure na may emergency funds ka, make sure na may insurance ka na, bago ka mag-invest. Paalala lang sa inyo. But now that you're investing, what do I do? Kakatakot na to, Randel, ano gagawin ko? So ito lang ang word ko lang sa inyo. In a volatile, unpredictable, global and local environment, the best strategy for investment and planning is to go back to the foundations. This is a perfect time. Ano ba yung di ba kasi mag-invest na ako, kung nag-invest ako, pause muna tayo, balikan natin. Okay? Kung hindi mo pa na-establish yung fundamentals mo, yung foundations mo in investing, this is the perfect time to do it. Nag-start ka na mag-invest, di ba? Parang hindi ka pa sigurado, may extra money ka lang, di ba? Na-hype ka na, economy, sisipa, di ba? Lalabas na yung Italiano gold, yan, yung mga joke-joke lang, yung mga ganyan. So, and when we're experiencing the other way around. So, pag hindi pa nagawa yon, perfect time to do it. Or, nagawa mo naman yung investment planning mo, pero kinakabahan ka. Ito naman, reminder naman sa'yo. Okay? So, regardless of whether you've done it or you've not done it, let me share these thoughts that I want to share with you. Again, I don't have the answers for everything. Pero sana, di ba? Sana makatulong to. Yun lang naman gusto ko eh. Sana makatulong tong usapan natin. We want, this live stream should be able to help. Parang, di ba? Alam ko, hindi naman lahat kayo makaka-attend ng seminar ko, pero at least dito gagawin natin. O di ba? Wala pang bayad. Again, shout out to my friends in Atram for helping me run this program and to my friend Brian for making kasi the last time gawa ko na live stream, ang pangit, no? I just use my phone, ang gulo-gulo. At least ngayon, di ba, may konting ayos naman ang ating live stream. So shout out to the suited advisor, si Brian, okay? So again, in a volatile, unpredictable, global and local environment, SoundCloud ba yung company mo, Brian? Local environment, the best strategy for investment and planning is to go back to the foundations. Balikan natin. Ano ba yung pinaka-importante na establish mo? Whether you've done it, review. If not done it, pause. And let's do this first. First, you need to identify why you are investing. Ano ba yung objective mo? Yun, Cloud Studio pala, sorry, SoundCloud. So, yung gumagawa po ng aking live stream, si Cloud Studio. Patay, mali-mali pa yung SoundCloud. Di ba pala yun? So, balikan mo muna yung objectives. Very important kasi I believe that your objectives will dictate your strategies. Para saan ba yung objective mo? Balikan mo. Ano ba yung dahilan kung bakit ka nag-objective? Nag-invest ako, para saan? Ano bang reason mo? Ano ba yung compelling reason mo ginawa mo yan? Nag-iipon ka ba ng pang-retirement mo? Okay. Kailan ka mag-retire? Pang-kasal mo ba yan? Kailan ka ikakasal? Pang-matrikula na anak mo? Ilang taon na yung anak mo? Di ba? Iba, sir, pambili ko ng jowa. Ay, teka, hindi yata kaya ng investments yun. Okay? So, di ba, yun yung mga ganong consideration. Ano ba ano ba yung gusto natin ayusin and gawin? So, objectives pa rin. Many people will start to invest without, wala lang, gusto ko lang kumita. I mean, ang hirap kasi pag ganon, masyado kang tatamaan pag gumagalaw yung market. I think, ang tagal ko na, no? By the way, ang tanda ko na, I'm 55 years old, lolo na po ako, I have grandchildren. Tanong lang doon, sa mga nakikinig sa akin, mukha ba akong lolo? O yeah, yun ang tanong mukha na ba akong lolo? Pero lolo po ako, dalawa po yung apo ko, titid po nila. So, those are the concerns that I have with a lot of people. I mean, hindi mo alam bakit So kaya nga, wala kang conviction. And after all these years, investment is all about having convictions. Diba? Kasi if you have convictions, and markets will go crazy, like what we're experiencing right now. Pero pag malalam mo ang conviction mo, you will stay the course. Again, madali sabihin, mahirap gawin. Let me be a little bit more specific. No? Let's say, retirement. Okay. So I'm 55. Mag-retire ako. Hindi naman ako mag-retire at 60. Hindi ako naniniwala sa early retirement. Hindi na earlier. But, I still have 10 years to go, maybe even 15 years to go. So I'm still at it at my objective. So markets corrected. O kalagay mo na yung word crashed. Am I concerned? Of course I'm concerned. Pero what do I do? Do I react? I don't remove my money. I mean, some I'd like to reallocate, pero generally I still keep the course. Bakit? Ikaw naman kailangan yung pera. Because I know my objectives and most of my objectives right now are retirement. Hindi ako masyado na, of course, mali naman yung term na hindi ako nababahala. Nababahala naman ako. Di ba? I mean, napaka-plastic ko naman sabihin. No? Pero I stayed the course. Kasi yun yung conviction ko. So objectives will determine. Para saan ba yan? Di ba? Yan yung mga question ano ba yung mo, ready ka pa dyan? O, yan. Depende yan Next, ano ba time frame mo? Ano ba time frame mo? Okay, ano ba yung pag-i-invest mo? Short term, mid term, long term? Siyempre, if you invested in a highly volatile type of an investment like the stock market, mutual funds, UIT, FPUL, or even lalo na crypto, and maliit yung time horizon mo, magkakaroon ka talaga ng problema. Because those investments that I mentioned are generally good for the long term. So if you use a long-term instrument for a short-term objective, magkakaproblema ka. Pwede ka kumita? Pwede. Pwede ka kumita malaki. Pero paano kung hindi ka kumita? Paano kung kailangan mo yung pera mo? Yung emergency fund mo, in-invest mo sa kanya. Diba? Biglang, nangailangan ka ng pera. Problema tayo dyan. So time horizon will determine. Very important. Ano ba yung objective ko? Next na lamang ko yung objective ko, ano ba yung time frame nito? Long term ba to? Pag sinabi ko long term, more than 10 years. Okay, 10 years. Long term, 10 years, then I can play with that. I have time. Bumagsak ang market, I know, I understand. If I did it well, index naman yung investment ko, good quality blue chip, or sige, crypto. Bitcoin naman to, Ethereum naman to. So, you know that time can recover those losses. And that's pretty much the story. Okay? Kaya nga, depende rin sa age mo. Kung bata ka pa, you can take, of course, depende rin sa risk tolerance mo. Okay? But go ahead. Kasi you have time to recover. Diba? Sabi nga nila, Randall, do you recommend Bitcoins to young people? Of course. Why? If they lose their money, they still have parents. O, diba? Hindi yun. Ibig sabihin, pag nalugi ka, may time ka pa to recover. You may not recover from that particular investment, but you can do many things, many other things in life. Wisdom will teach you. Now, I can do this. Now, I will learn how to be able to manage my money better. So, that's very, very important. So, knowing your objective, okay, sa susunod naman, knowing your time. So, again, dahil pa na nag-high ito. So, high lang, Okay, mukha daw akong millennial. Joke lang, groovy lolo. Parang katanda pa kindan. Groovy lolo. Okay, so time frame is very important. Okay? Next. Okay. Siyempre, alam mo din yung risk tolerance mo. Diba? Pag pumasok ka sa isang investment, alam mo muna yung peligro niyan. Pag highly volatile yan, pag sinabing so people are nagagalit, ang stock market ko bagsak. Ano mo naman bumabagsak yan So dapat tinatanggap mo yan. Yung changes in the market It's something that you'll be comfortable with. Kaya kung hindi mo kaya yan, ibig sabihin, mababa ang risk tolerance mo. So mamatch mo pa rin yan. So kung mababa ang risk tolerance mo, then you should not be investing in highly volatile investments like stocks, cryptos. Hindi yan, kumbaga hindi yan yung tamang avenue para sa iyo. Okay? So ano ba yung tolerance mo? Ano ba yung preference mo? Now, here's the thing many people talk to you about preference tolerance. Pero hindi sufficiente yon, hindi kompleto yon. So let me introduce this idea of, I call this the trinity of risks. So may trinity of risks. No? Guys, okay ba kayo? Natututo ba kayo? Uy, 250 na tayo. Okay pa kayo? Ano lang, thumbs up, heart emoticon, gusto ko lang makita kung okay pa kayo or you can post, no? Kasi baka mamaya, daldal ako ng daldal, wala na pala ako sinasabi, no? Wala na pala akong kausap. So, explain ko lang itong risk trinity, no? The triumvirate of risk trinity. Okay? So, nakatatlo siya. So ito lang, share ko lang sa'yo, no? Kadalasan tatanong sa'yo, ano ba risk tolerance mo? And friends, hindi po kompleto yan. It doesn't give you the complete picture. So tolerance is psychological in nature. It's preference. And I guess many of us, ayaw mo naman malugi. But sometimes you have to take the risk because there is a need. So next naman is requirement. How much your risk, the risk requirement is how much risk you need to take. Kung baga mayroong dahilan kung bakit ka, may requirement ka. O bigyan natin example, no? Kunyari, you want to be able to create an educational fund of your kids. Yung anak mo, let's say 3 years old. Magkokoleo siya by 18, so may 15 years ka to go. Gusto mo safe lang. Okay, doon lang ako sa 2%, 3%. Hindi pwede 2 to 3% yung return mo na safe. Bakit? Kasi ang matrikula po, nag-e-escalate yan, nag-i-inflate yan. Okay, hindi na yan kamukha dati na 10%. I think that's overstated na. But let's just assume that the average inflation will be 5 to 6%. O lagyan natin 6% for arguments purposes. Agree tayo 6%. Hindi pwede ini-investan mo potentially to earn, safe nga, pero potentially it will only earn 2 to 2.5%. Okay? Diba? Bakit? Kasi kung kumita to 2 to 3% yun, after 15 years, kulang na yun na ipundar mo. 4, gusto mo mag-aaral anak mo ng koleyo, 4 years. Naipundar mo pang 2.5 years lang. O diba? Hindi pa gagraduate. So, hi to Chris Alonio, AFP. AFP. Okay, so dyan ba kita? Okay, so ayan yung mga Christine Teves Elardo. Yan. Kasi saying hi to all of you. So, yan yung question mo. So, may requirement ako ngayon. So, teka, hindi pwede. So, kailangan ko naman, hindi pwede. Kunyari, hindi ako pwede maglagay ng time deposit lang or, bonds lang. Kasi mas mabilis yung growth nung requirement ko. Wait, I have to take risks. So, may requirement ka. Okay? May requirement ka. Now, hindi lang requirement ang consideration mo. May capacity ka ba to invest? This is how much risk you can afford to take. So, yung pera mo, nilagay mo, yung pala, may emergency funds kang gagamitin sa emergency funds mo or may pambabayad mo pala. So, yung pera na yon, wala kang capacity. You may have the requirement, you may have the tolerance, pero wala kang capacity. So, where do you make a decision? When the tolerance, the requirement, and the capacity, where they meet in the middle, doon ka gagawa ng decision. Because if you do it this way, my friends, mas mataas yung conviction mo. That's why the market will always move. Aakit yan, bababa. Pero natatakot ka. Pag ganito ka mag-isip, hindi ka matatakot. Kasi tanggap ko yung risks. Pangalawa, may requirement ako. Pangatlo, kaya ko naman, hindi naman isugal. Kaya ko naman ilagay yung pera. Kaya ko naman iwan yan. Okay? And that's where you're supposed to make. Okay ba yan? Okay ba to, guys? Okay? Am I making sense? Gusto ko na malaman, natututo ba tayo? Okay? So, yan, nakita mo. So, hindi lang basta, tolerance mo? Hindi. May requirement ka, may capacity ka, may tolerance ka. So, dito ka magbibigay ng decision. Kailangan kasi buo yung loob mo pag nag-i-invest ka. Kasi, pag buo loob mo, naiintindihan mo kung bakit. Alam mo yung objective mo, alam mo yung time frame mo, consistent sa risk mo, not just of tolerance, but requirement and capacity, malalim ang conviction mo. So kahit the market maging crazy, steady ka lang. Di ba steady ka lang? Ako, right now, siyempre nakita ko, di ba? Pag nakita mo yung pera mo, talagang parang nililiyaban Okay. Pero steady lang ako kasi I can wait because my objectives, my time frame, and my risk with my tolerance, requirement, and capacity Kaya you can now build conviction. And in investing, conviction is very important. Okay? Kailangan convince ka talaga. Kasi kung hindi ka sigurado, di ba, gusto mo ng madalian, hindi ito yung tamang lugar para pumasok ka. Alright? So ayan, sabi nga ni Ronald Recio, risk management is a must. So very important i-manage mo yan. So again, so ayan, that's important, no? Again, thank you, no? Yung mga nagbabato ng mga ideas, salamat. You're helping me do my session right now. Okay ba tayo? Okay ba? Kaya pa? Okay, anong oras na ba? Minsan na pag nakakwento ako, dire-diretso. Okay. So again, hindi tayo nakakasigurado kung ano mangyayari. Kaya dapat talaga, pag nag-i-invest tayo, diversified yung tinatawag natin portfolio. Ibig sabihin, hindi pwedeng yung pera natin, stocks lang. Hindi pwedeng ganito. Okay. O minsan kasi, di ba, may tao, may favorite, yung lang gusto, may kilala ko, isang stock lang binibili niya. Okay. Pag nag-diversify ka, dapat iba-iba yung tinatawag nating asset class. Di ba? May stocks in an asset class. Okay. Cash is an asset class. Bonds is an asset class. Crypto is an asset class. Real estate is an asset class. So yan, pag-iwa-hiwalay mo. And even that particular asset class, na-diversify mo pa. Stocks, kunyari gusto mo stocks, ilang stocks ang hawak mo? Hindi pwede isa lang. Diba? Kasi pag may mangyari yan, ramdam na ramdam mo sa portfolio mo. Kaya dapat i-diversify. At kaya nga ito, brotherly advice. Kaya kailangan mag-build kayo ng investment funds nyo, mag-ipon tayo. Manage money well, huwag masyado magastos, nagtitipid, nagsisave, para may pang-invest. Kasi mahirap po, sa totoo lang ha, mahirap po mag-invest ng 5,000 pesos. At mahirap mag-diversify ng 5,000 pesos lang. May lalapit sa ako, sir, how can I diversify my money? How much money do you have? Sir, 5,000. Okay. 2,500 in your pocket, 2,500 in your wallet. Ganun lang. Di ba? So, kailangan, so, guys, to be honest, no, sa umpisa, pwedeng one asset class lang. O, equity fund lang. Mutual fund lang. Pwedeng ganun muna. But as you build, and then you now have to, siyempre, di ba, ang liliit na amount mo, hindi mo naman may diversify. Okay? So, sabi nga nila, do not put your eggs in one basket. Pero, pag sobra naman liit, di ba? Di ba? Yung pera mo yung egg mo parang pugo size pa lang, hindi pa mada-diversify yan. Okay? Pugo. Parang gawa ka ng scrambled egg, gawa sa itlog ng pugo. Okay. You have to grow it a little bit. Sa umpisa, depending on your investment journey, nasaan na ba kayo ngayon? Siyempre, hindi ko naman pwede i-compare. At tanda ko na, sa inyo, asan kayo sa investment journey nyo ngayon. Kung nag-uumpisa pa lang kayo, siyempre, di ba, you can choose an asset class. I highly recommend looking at mutual funds, UITF. These are something that you can consider because in itself, they are diversified or index fund. But as you learn, as you grow, then maybe you can buy individual stocks. Then maybe you can enter, bonds and stuff like that. And then later on, you can do property, and then you can do crypto. So you can, have to develop. Natututunan mo rin paano gawin. Okay? That's why don't put your eggs in one basket. Why? If you put all your eggs in one basket, what do you get? Scrambled eggs. Okay, joke. Sabi nga lang, sir, yung mga joke mo, masyado namang OG daw. OG daw yung jokes ko, Pang-boomer daw, boomer. Okay. Boomer naman. Hindi naman ako boomer. Gen X naman ako. Okay. So, you guys are okay? So, diversification, you have to diversify. Again, with some wisdom, if your money is too small, paano mo ita-diversify? So, i-build mo muna yan. Kasi pera mo 10,000, iba yung malamang UITF ka. Malamang mutual fund ka, mag-G-invest ka na lang muna. Okay? O, diba? Bayad mo na muna sa insurance mo. Kung ganun muna, pero lumalaki na yung pera mo. Okay, then meron ka ng options. Ay, ngayon may 100,000 ka, teka, baka pwede ng 50-50 yung yung asset allocation mo. 300 na, pwedeng 30-30-30 na. 500 na, pwede na sa 5. Get mo yung ganun pera. So, build mo ngayon yung capacity mo to invest, learning the investment, and the amount. Kasi, syempre, iba yung strategy ng nag-i-invest ka ng 10,000 pesos. Bakit? Pag nawala yung 10,000 pesos mo, alam mo yun, makakatulog ka pa rin, malulungkot ka lang, pero mabuhay ka pa rin naman Pero yung 1 million mo na nawala, masakit-sakit yun, baka pag-awayin niyo pa mag-asawa yun, makahiwalay pa kayo, diba? So you want to be able to do it in that scenario. Okay? You build it along the way. The amounts matter over time. Okay? So yan. So objectives, time frames, risks, and of course, diversify according to asset classes, according to short-term, mid-term, long-term. These are some suggestions. I mean, I don't want to do a full-blown investments 101 with you. Maraming offer dyan. Okay? Pero that's the whole gist of investing. Okay? Yan. So, tips. Okay, tips. Ito na yung mga tips ko sa inyo. Kaya baan natin. Number 1, so sir, nag-invest na ako. So, kung hindi ka pa nag-establish ng investment fundamentals mo, pause ka muna, balikan mo muna lahat ng sinabi ko. Ano yung objective ko? Lista mo. Para saan? Identify mo ano priority ko. Priority 1, edukasyon ng mga bata. Priority 2, retirement. Priority 3, pambili ng jowa. O kung ano man yung ano mo. Okay, sorry. Joke lang yun ha, joke. Marami pa single dito. Sa mga single dito, may maganda akong balita. I want you to know, God loves you. Joke lang. Okay, so ang old school ng joke. Ano? So yun yung mga idea. So next, kung na-establish mo na yung fundamentals mo, review. So tips natin. Now, there are many ways to approach this weakening market. Okay? Approach the weakening market. Number 1, if you have not yet invested, can you still stay the course? Pwede. Remain cash? Pwede. Ano ba ibang alternatives? Marami na may ibang alternatives eh. Meron dyang Pag-ibig MP2, although baba na interest, pero di ba, happy ka naman eh. Kumikita ka na ng 5.5%. Ano ba naman yan? Di ba? I mean, the problem is lang, kinakailan na inflation yung return mo. That's the downside. But if that's your cup of tea, then good. Or maybe, you can take a more aggressive stand. Diba? Pili ka na ng mga stocks. Alam ba yung mag-aral ka? Ano ba dito yung mga stocks na maganda yung price correction? But make sure na okay yung stocks mo. Kadalasan ng blue chips, okay din naman. Pero, diba? I mean, you can make mistakes also. Like I've made a lot of mistakes in finance investments. Or you can just take the more passive approach. Index na lang ako. Index fund. Okay? Merong mga smart index, yung medyo minimir nila. Or you can take a more aggressive approach, yung mga alpha tawag nila, no? So those are opportunities for you to take a look at. You can consider that too. Okay, so that's either remain cash, it can work. Maglagay ako ng pera ngayon, it can also work because I may not know what's going to happen with the market, but ito point ko. Ito sabi ko sa inyo, aakyat at aakyat yan. Aakyat ba this year? Malamang hindi. Pero I'm sure before the third, fourth year, malaki na inakyat yan. So you can take positions now. Okay? What I don't recommend is inaabangan mo yung bottom kasi ang hirap i-predict yung bottom. Kadalasan baka maiwanan ka. Sometimes the risk is not, nag-invest ako, nalugi. Minsan nag-invest ako, hindi ako nag-invest, umakyat, di ko na mahapon. Okay? But now it's a good opportunity to do that. So pwedeng ganun yung approach. Or pwedeng hybrid approach. Ano ang ginagawa ko? Ako, I do what you call cost averaging. Ano yung cost averaging? May amount ako, very important sa personal finance ko, ano yung amount na pwede kong invest na ready, na pasok sa cash flow ko. Diba? So, meron ako amount na yan. Let's just assume na amount na 5,000. 5,000 kada buwan. Assuming 5,000. So, every time, every month, naka-automate yung aking investment, naguhulog ako ng 5,000 pesos. Whether the market is up or the market is down. Now, look at it from this point. Assuming na nag-invest ako ng 5 years na. So, nakabili ako ng some stocks nung 8,000 siya, nakabili ako ng stocks ng mga 7,000 siya, nakabili stocks ako ng 6,000 ngayon, nakabili ako ng bagsak ng 2020 nung 4,800 siya, 5,000, 'di ba? You are averaging your cost. So when the market now goes to 7,000, 8,000, kahit hindi niya bumalik sa 8,000, because naka-average ka on many times, kumita ka na. Makikita ka. So a lot of people practice that. The reason why I like cost averaging, mga kapatid, kasi parang parang hindi ito perfect strategy because may mga investment experts, they don't like cost averaging. No? May mga anti-cost averaging. Ako kasi, I like it because it's functional for me. Diba? Number 1, it removes the behavior. Parang, it removes yung issue na, ay nakalimutan ko, ay nakakatakot ako. Pag naka-automatic siya, parang nawawala yung behavior issues ko. So, automatic. Nakikita ko na account ko, nabawasan na. Okay, kung ano man yung amount na yan. Make sure yung amount na yan Hindi yung amount na kakailanganin mo. Baka mamaya, di ba, pagka-debit, withdrawin mo pagkatapos, malulugi ka talaga. Okay? So I do that. So I've done cost. So I've been doing cost averaging for a long time. Okay? Minsan okay, minsan hindi. But generally, over 5 years, 10 years, you would have made more money. And maganda to kasi automatic to, hindi mo na iniisip. Kumbaga, very very standard yung approach mo. Now, meron din siyang benefit na siguro hindi naman to investment type na benefit, pero ang gusto kong benefit sa kanya, I have this belief money not invested is money spent. Assuming may savings ka and everything, pag hindi mo ininvest yung pera, may tendency na baka ma-Shopee, Lazada, or di ba, saan mo madala napunta sa H&M, Uniqlo, kung saan mo naman nailagay. So, okay. Sabi ni Rondo, mahal ang gusto niya. Okay, so yan yung aking cost. That's another one. Kumbaga sa side benefit, but it's real because money is behavioral. It's not mechanical. So yan yung point natin. So very important that you have to able to understand that that's happening right now. Okay? So pwedeng cost average ako. Pwedeng remain cash. Pwede yan. Pwede akong, buy ako ngayon, may pera ko, lagay ako ng pera. Pwede rin, mag-work yan. Cost averaging, mag-work din yan. So in other words, what I'm telling you, any strategy can work as long as you have the conviction for it. Diba? But sometimes you also have to take the risks also. Okay? Now, eto dito ako papasok. Lagi naman merong meron namang give and take solution eh. Ito solution ko. Practice cost averaging. But when the market goes down, like what's happening today, and may extra money kayo, magdagdag kayo ng konti. Hindi all out. Hindi ako naniniwala sa all in. Huwag all in. Hulog ka lang ng konti. Huwag, taper mo din yung expectations mo. Pag gano'n yung approach mo, then it's gonna work. Whether you're buying stocks, you're buying UITF, you're buying Bitcoins, it will work. Cost averaging, okay? And when it goes down, and you have extra money, add up to it. Di ba? Go back to its current, and then it goes up, chill ka lang, then it goes down, naka-cost average ka, and then may extra money ka, tapal mo ulit. And when you keep on doing this for the next 10, 15, 20 years, you'll be surprised. You would have amassed substantial saving up. Guys, simple lang naman yung strategy ko, hindi lang kasimple. And this is something that you can do right now. Again, I know, kasi pag ganitong approach mo, di ba? Alam ko yung conviction ko, alam ko yung objectives ko, I can stay the course. Now, madali sabihin. Kasi sabi nila, no, invest more. Madali sabihin, mahirap gawin. Kung hindi ka convinced, kung wala kang conviction. Guys, okay ba tayo? Okay ba? Nag-gets mo yan? So, yan yung question. No? Pero, paano to? Kung wala akong pera, wala tayong magagawa, wala kang pera, wala kang pang-invest talaga. Ayusin mo muna yung capacity mo to earn. Di ba? Yun naman yung scenario na yan. Ayusin mo muna, kumita ka muna ng maayos-ayos to be able to do that. Okay? Some tips for you. Now, don't panic. Market is crashing, mataas ang inflation, interest is going up, uhupa din yan. Magkasettle din yan. I have been investing for a long, long time. Some may be older than your age. Uhupa rin. I've seen markets go crazy, I've seen markets to settle down. But don't panic. Panicking is, pag nagpapanik ka, nasisira diskarte mo. And that's not good. Diba? Nasisira yung diskarte mo. So very good. Don't panic. Keep the course and allow it mo lang. Allow mo lang yan. Allow the thing to course. So if you don't want to do anything, then, steady lang. Hayaan mo muna. Pahupain mo muna itong mga, okay lang yan. But if you want to take advantage din naman. Kasi ako, syempre, hindi ko naman hayaan lang yan, di ba? So very important to be able to do that. Don't panic. Okay? Ito lang para ma-encourage lang kayo, no? Okay. Ito very personal sa akin to because I graduated in 1988 and nung narinig ko itong mga stock market, syempre nagkatrabaho na I work for the bank. In fact, the bank that I work for is not existing anymore. It's called PCI Bank. It's now part of BDO. But 1988, dami nangyari. Tingnan mo. 1988. Diba? 86, 88. Dami. Okay yan. Kita mo, nag-crash. Ano to? Kudeta. Diba? 91 crisis ang nangyari. O kayo nag-grow. Kayo may changes pa. Crash ulit. Bakit? 97. Ano nangyari? Asian financial crisis. Okay? So nakita mo yan, no? Recover. Okay? Bumagsak ulit. Mga dot-com bubble. No? Di ba? O may putol yung chart ko eh. Duktong mo na lang ganyan. Okay? Okay na. Anong 07? Boom. Financial crisis. Di ba? Subprime crisis. So boom. Grow. Tagal ng growth natin, no? Di ba? Ang haba nito, oh. Between 2007 to 2018, di ba? 2019, boom, di ba? Hanggang 2020. Ang haba nitong ano natin, no? Rally natin, no? Although nag-gyrate, hindi siya straight growth, nag-gyrate siya. Ano nangyari 2020? Boom, COVID. Sharp decline, sharp recovery, and then again, nag-gyrate na naman. Pero nakita mo sa chart na to, if you stay the course, kunyari dito ka namili. Anytime you bought anywhere here, even if it crashed here, up ka pa rin. Eh, bumalik ka 2,000, 3,000, di ba? 10 years. O 4,000, kahit lumabas ka dito, di ba? Tagal naman ng konti, mag-recover ka. So what am I saying is, time is a great leverage. So when the markets go down, so assuming bumaba pa to, kahit bumaba pa to ng 5,000 kasi nakatakot, pero pag ganito yung chart mo, ganito yung tingin mo, may long-term perspective ka, medyo nai-ease out pa din. Kanya lang ako guys kaya hindi ako masyadong matatakotin. Okay? So that's very important. So again, just wanted to echo what Gia said, only invest money you can afford to lose. Yeah, good. But hindi naman pwedeng hindi naman pwedeng, di ba? Dapat nag-i-invest pa din. So kita mo yan nangyari. Okay? Now, ito 10 years naman to. Haba kasi na history ng US. Tingnan mo to 10 years now. Steady growth. Okay? Bagsak. Steady growth. Bagsak. Pero nakita mo, no? If you're, again, tip ko sa inyo, no? Diversify. May local kayo, may global exposure kayo. You wanna be able to do that, no? And may bonds kayo, you wanna be able to build that. Or you can use Pag-ibig MP to create your portfolio. We can never be too sure which one can maximize. Hindi mo ma-maximize yung return, pero mat-spread mo yung risk mo by doing it at that right. So ito naman, 10-year DGIA. Na yung Bitcoin, medyo maaga pa, but ako, naniniwala naman ako that if I wait long enough, it's still gonna recover. Okay? So we've seen that. They're very young, but anyway, kung naglagay ka naman ng pera, 10% lang ng portfolio mo, then you can just wait for it. Now, before I open the discussions on this question and answer, I just want to leave you with this, no? Parang scripture, no? So I know if you've been watching me, I like to use Bible quotes because for me, that's my only source of hope, si Lord lang talaga. Sabi dito sa Romans 12:12, in times like this, it's good to be reminded. Rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayer. That's very important. May hope tayo. Our hope is in Jesus Christ. Regardless of what's happening right now, that's why we need to pray for the nation, we need to pray for the leaders, we need to pray for our bosses, but we rejoice in hope because our future hope is Christ Jesus. Be patient in tribulation because may grace ang Lord sa buhay natin. Whatever it is we're going through, matatapos din yan. But what needs to be done is that you're constant in prayer, constant in faith. Right? So, yan lang. Para lang ma-encourage kayo. Meron po akong before I gonna start the question and answer, meron po akong grupo. It's called the No Nonsense Personal Finance. Do check it out. Hanapin niyo po na sa Facebook yan. Or kung di pa kayo nagla-like po ng aking page sa mga nag-share, please like my page. If you're in YouTube, please also subscribe to my YouTube channel. So yan, very important. May Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Subscribe, like po, hit the notification button. So very important lang. Para lahat ito po, you can have access to many of the things that I do. I share a lot of information. I share a lot of links. I do encouragement. And you can also message me. And, I try to answer to all, if not most. Huwag lang yung mga, sir, pahingi pera. Hindi ko na ho sinasagot yan. Okay? Also, shout out to my sponsors. Meron po silang social media, si Atram. They have YouTube. They have Facebook, Atram Studio. Atram, as I mentioned, Facebook. They have they have Instagram, and they have ano ba yun? LinkedIn. Wala kayong Twitter, guys. Okay. So ito lang. So para lang sa YouTube channel, ito po yung scan QR code. Lagay niyo po yung phone nyo, scan the QR code, or you can go to Atram Studio in the YouTube. Meron po ako mga ano dyan. Nakita mo yung picture po ako dyan. Meron po ako mga nag-guest din po ako niyan. So, yun lang. Okay. Mapanoorin niyo po. Masaya lang. Ako lang po yung hindi nag-i-English sa lahat. Ang dami po nilang guest na paduguan po sila ng ilong. Ako lang po yung nagtatagalog. So, pasensya na po ako. Ay, hindi po ako magaling sa, my English is limited. Okay, so sinistretch ko lang. And of course, yan na, meron din silang Viber community. So, kung trip mo naman Viber, ito po sa kanila. Okay? And of course, huwag po kalimutan, okay, ako din Yan, meron po ako, Randall Johnson po, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Okay. So, at this point in time, ito na tayo sa exciting part. Ano to exciting part? Questions. So maganda yung mga question natin. Ito, unahin ko na, no? So sabi ni Irma Lodiel Mines or Mines, good PM, is it best to buy UIT at equity this time? I hope I answered that question. Natuturo ko, depends on your objectives. But generally, ako, I would put money. Extra money ba yan? Naka-allocated for investment, I would still continue. Or you practice what I say, cost averaging. So that's good. Okay? Pick up from my questions. Ayan, may Viber din sa, yan na. Ano na sa question of finance? Okay. So, these questions, yun, sabi ni Chari, cost averaging removes the emotion in investing. To a great degree, yeah, pero minsan kakaba pa rin, di ba? Pero yun maganda kasi naka-automate. So, yan very important. And sabi ni Ronald Derecio, delayed gratification, yung paghihigpit ko na si Teron, tested na may magandang result. Siyempre, di ba, you cannot invest what you do not have. Very important. If you spend everything, di ba, wala kang pang-invest. So, parang motivation sa inyo dapat, hindi magtitipid ako, alam ko madali sabihin, mahirap gawin, pero para may pang-invest ako. So, hinay-hinay lang sa add to cart. So, Kyle said, having an emergency fund, savings, and insurance will give you confidence and peace of mind. Agree? That's why I reminded people, using yung emergency funds nyo, manage your debt, have adequate insurance, and then medyo may conviction ka and may confidence ka sa pag-invest. Okay? So, okay. Sabi ni Dang, time is great leverage. The next step is being down is going up. Okay? So, yung problema natin kasi nagmamadali tayo, it takes a while for these things to recover. But when they recover, minsan ang bilis lang eh. Yan yung pag nakita mo yung chart, no? Ang tagal, so boom, gano'n. So, take positions. And of course, hindi ako fan all in. Huwag ka all in. Diba? Kailangan convicted din kayo eh. Okay? So sabi ni Jay Hobson, what do you think when you need to calibrate your investments? Okay. Again, as needed, pero it's good to do what you call annual reviews. So every year you check it. Okay, some people they do it quarterly. Ako hindi, kasi medyo nakaano na ako, no? Medyo trabahong tamad lang. Pag nilagay ko yun, dire-diretso na yun. But you want to be able to calibrate it at least once a year. If may time ka, you can do it quarterly. Pero busy ka, di ba? Busy ka kasi, di ba? Wala kang love life, pwede. Kung marami kang love life, joke lang. Lyndon Johnson, presidente ng Amerika yun. Rejoice, be patient, and be constant. Okay, so, yan, question. So, I hope, Jen, I was able to answer your question. Okay, fast track question for you, Coach. If you can just choose one between two options, which investment would you put? Okay, gold or energy, rich or MP2? Oh, hirap naman ng mga tanong nito. Okay, sagutin ko na. Chari, kaibigan ko to, no? Parang may lunch tayo next week. Okay, punta ko ng Dubai. So, gold or energy? Ako, honestly, energy. Gold kasi for me, let me qualify my answer. No? Gold for me holds no intrinsic value. Kasi hindi siya nagagamit eh. So, holder of value lang talaga siya. For me, it's very important, no? Kasi energy for me is something that I consider. Kasi di ba, with high prices and everything, with new generation of people wanting to be using more green, energy is very, very important. So ako, may utilization ng energy. So long term, I believe energy will trump gold. I mean, in times like this, gold does well pag masyadong takot ang tao. Pero they don't, ano siya eh. Eventually, ano lang siya eh. Parang holder of value lang siya. Maybe in the future nga, hindi na gold. Bitcoin na lang gagawin nila, whatever. Parang digital po. So that's my answer. REITs or MP2? Depending anong REIT. Okay? I like MP2. Medyo matrabaho lang to get into that. At saka may mga holding period lang. But if you want liquidity, REIT ako. Okay? Kasi, di ba, pag pumasok sa MP2, 5 taon, di pwede na naman, paano kailangan mo yung pera? So medyo REIT ako. Pumili ka na ng maganda. Kasi may magandang REITs naman na nag-a-average ng 4-5%. Medyo kadikit na siya ng MP2 with the liquidity. Pero syempre MP2 has guarantees. So yun ang kanyang advantage. So okay, so personal ako, more REIT ako, but I also recommend MP2, no. So ayaw nila masyado nag-iisip, ayaw nila masyadong magulo. MP2 is more stable, okay. Safer. Okay, REIT din naman safe. Okay. Treasury bonds or MP2, iba siya. Iba yung risk ni Treasury bond at ni MP2. Siyempre, mas mababa sa Treasury bond, pero mas liquid si Treasury bond and mas secured si Treasury bond. Kasi MP2 is guaranteed by Pag-ibig, which is a government corporation. Treasury is guaranteed by the Treasury of the Philippines. Sa Treasury, ito yung mapiprint na pera, bayad ka na. So, iba yung level of security niya. So, you're going for safety, Treasury bonds is not equal to MP2. They can behave similarly, so depende. But if you want to, if you okay ka naman doon sa risk, then MP2 will be your choice. But ako, since you asked me, Chari, I'm gearing more towards Treasury bonds. Kasi liquidity is important. Tech stock funds or PH, index funds? Ngayon, hindi ko pwede sagutin ng or yan. Sa akin, end yan. Dapat may tech stocks ka, tech fund ka. Okay? Si Atra meron yan, yung global tech, meron akong pera dyan. Dapat meron ka, dapat may PH ka. Hindi ito pwede i-or, dapat end to. Okay, tech stocks fund, gold or digital currency? Controversial to, no? I'm really more on the digital currency. I'm really more on that. So, Bitcoin or gold? Maybe Bitcoin ako. Okay, despite the volatility, no? So, medyo ganun ako. So, that's me, ha? But gold is for the safe people, no? They don't want to do that. So, ang hirap ng pinasagot mo sa akin, Chari. Okay? Babawin ko yan. Pakainin mo ko. Okay? Pinagod mo ko. Is it time to balance your portfolio, Leo? Yes. But it's not whether it's enough. You have to keep on balancing your portfolio. Minsan, when things are doing well, ang laki na pa rin exposure mo sa stock. So, nire-rebalance the portfolio from time to time. So, if you've not done rebalancing portfolio, you want to be able to do that. Okay? But again, parang... So, grabe, celebrity. Si Salve Duplito, okay, my friend. Hi to Salve. Thank you for... Sabi sa Randall, kung ano na sabi mo, pagalitan ako ni Salve. Okay, pasensya na po, Salve. Opinion ko lang naman. Okay, okay, what's ideal portfolio? Ilang percent po stocks, mutual funds, real estate? Sagot yan, depends eh. Depends sa objective mo, ilang taong ka na ba? Pero maganda yung tanong na yan, no? So basically, pag medyo, siyempre convictions pa ba yan, siguro you can balance it out among them. So parang straightforward lang to, no? Kunyari, 4 yung choices mo, then dito 25%. Diba? Then, one more than the other na lang later on. But, we want to go straightforward because they're all good naman eh. Mutual fund is good, property is good. Diba? Ano pa yung mga options mo? Stocks is good. Lahat naman yan eh. Di hati-hati mo rin. So, you want to be able to balance. By the way, hindi po lahat ng investments bagsak. Meron sobrang taas ngayon. High-end real estate properties. Diba? Bago ng pandemic, 200,000 na po ang Dasmariñas. Ngayon, nasa 700,000 na. O diba? More than 3x. Pero ilan ba naman makakabili sa atin ng Dasmariñas property? Siguro to si Salve Duplito lang na kaibigan ko. Salve ha, invite mo ako. Joke lang. Okay, so yan yung situation. So Brian, Randall, do you invest in a cooperative? Personally, ako no. Not because I don't want, because wala akong access. Wala akong masyadong alam na yung cooperatives eh. Pero if your cooperative is kilala mo, you trust them, why not? Diba? I mean, siguro kung militar ka, pulis ka, o diba, pumasok ko sa AFSLY, dun sa mga slice nila, kasi maganda-ganda rin yung return nila. So that's a cooperative and that can work for you. So personally, me no, not because I don't want to, because I don't know of any. I don't have access. So, I never invested something I don't understand. Na hindi ko alam. Okay, yun. How do I know if over-diversified na po yung investments ko? Thank you sa tanong mo, Ampol. No? So, pinakamaganda, lista mo muna. Okay? Then, pagkalista mo ng investment mo, ibukod-bukod mo yan according to asset class. Property is an asset class. Cash and cash equivalent is an asset class. Stocks, equities, even is an asset class. Insurance is an asset class. So, tingnan mo rin siya. Makita mo, masyado bang lamang dito? Kasi kunyari, sobrang lamang ng equities ko. Ibig sabihin, you have a higher risks. Pwede ko na siya i-rebalance. O sobrang laman ng cash equivalent ko, malamang hindi kumikita yung pera mo ng maayos. So, i-rebalance mo. So, the only way to do that is to, write it down and review it. Okay? And review it. So, walang perfect strategy kasi mag-change yan. Very important kasi sa akin, babalik pa rin ako conviction mo. Okay? So, yun yung question. Minsan over-diversified. There's a thing as over-diversified. No? Ang problema sa over-diversified, ang hirap niya, ang dahil mo binabantayan. So, kaya ako, I try, I'm really honest to not because si Atro, kaibigan ko, no? I'm more on the funds now because wala na akong time magbantay-bantay. So, I just, according to the funds now. So, my asset classes. Question. Good evening po. Sabi ni Shasha, ano na po ba ang range ng inflation rate na kailangan consider? Ngayon, nasa 5 something tayo and I hope I'm wrong, no? But it might hold off to medyo high but hindi pwedeng laging high yan. Magko-correct yan, bababa at bababa yan. So, maybe consider 4% as your, or 5%, or maybe 5.5%. So, that's good. I hope I'm making sense, ha? Okay, daming mga tanong, sinasagot ko. Okay. O yung nagtanong na napakahirap sa kanya daw on lunch ko next week. Yes, of course. Isigilig na Chari, no? Okay. Should I switch to equity to bonds now? Good question. Honestly, I don't do switching. Kasi pag pumasok ako sa investment, yan yung conviction ko. I wait it out. Now, kung kumita na yung equities mo and I doubt kasi nagtatanong ka nga, no? Okay yun kasi solid i-lock mo na yung returns mo. Kunyari, ito, when do I do switching? Kunyari, equity fund ako tapos ang target ko 60, kailangan ko na yung pera. So mga 57, 58, kumita na ako, then pwede ko na i-bonds para lock in na. Pero kunyari ngayon, kung kailan mo magsak, kung kailan mo magsak, tsaka ka si-switch, gagapang yan paakyat. Baka mamaya pag-akyat, naiwanan ka sa bonds. Okay, you might miss out the opportunity. So, personally to I would not switch now. I just stay the course now. Okay, 2 REITs sa bumagsak. Okay, yun. Ang REIT kasi sa akin, hindi mo yan binibili para sa capital gain. Binibili mo yan para dun sa returns na ibibigay sa iyo. Okay? So, when you buy REIT, ang option mo dyan, of course, if you make money out of REIT, actually hindi naman siya dapat hindi nga dapat nagwa-wild yung presyo ng REIT. Ang binibili mo dyan yung yields, yung returns mo. So, dapat ganyan yung purpose ng pagpasok sa REIT. Okay? So, ang objective mo is growth, hindi REIT ang papasukan mo. Ang objective mo is income, REIT ang maganda para sa iyo. So, again, babalik pa rin tayo doon sa objective natin. Okay? So, kino-correct ko lang yung mga tinuro ko kanina. Okay. Okay. Coach, do you have a advice on Captain's Fund? Ano ba yung Captain's Fund? Si Sun Life ba yan? Okay. So, I have to see kung ano yung product na yan. Sorry. I can't go products. I have to review. Okay. So, yan yung ano ko. Hindi po, sabi nga, I know people expect me lahat ng produkto memorize ko. No? Hindi po. Okay? Meron po ako social life. Hindi ko po inaaral lahat ng produkto ng Pilipinas. Okay, joke lang. Hindi ko po, wala akong time kasi magluluto ako, maglalaba pa ako. Dadalaw pa yung mga apo ko. Mas importante sa akin yung kaysa mag-aaral ng sa katutak na funds. Joke lang. Ano po epekto ng pagtaas ng dollar sa stock market? Okay. Usually may ano yan may negative effect. Hindi man always the time, medyo may pagka-negative effect yan. So, nadadampen din yan. Okay, so, kasi, pag tumataas ang dollars, di ba, defensive ang tao. So, yan. Pero sometimes may effect, sometimes no effect. Pero ngayon, mukhang negative ang effect. Okay, so, yan yung question. Okay. Cesar Henson, Sun Life po ba Insular? Okay, both good are companies. Again, depende yan. Okay ba yung produkto para sa'yo? I mean, they're all stable companies. Sun Life and Insular. So, both companies are good. Gusto mo ba yung produkto? Okay. Again, at the end, okay ba yung advisor? Matatrust mo ba siya? So, those are all factors that you consider. But you're good with any. Okay? They're both good. So si Salvi, binola pa ako. No? Okay. Okay, question. Ano, I think it's AXA Captain Fund. I'm not sure eh. So I have to take a look at it. Okay, so it's 9:16. Naka 1 hour may kita tayo. Maybe we can, wrap up with a few questions. If you have any more questions for me, chat nyo lang po. I would like to be able to answer them, pick it up from there. Anything. Do I do scalp trade, Gia? No. I'm more. Ang strategy ko very fundamental ako. I'm really more of a passive type of an investor. I don't even do trades. I'm really more investor. I just, I allocate, I wait, I'm patient. But doesn't mean that, so sabi nga nung kaibigan ko si Marvin, Ninong, mag-trade ka na. Sabi ko, because hindi ako kasing tiyaga mo. Di ba? Parang, ang dami ko pa kailangan gawin. Siyempre, alam mo, iba manage mo lang yan eh. I'm also an entrepreneur. So, joke ko nga eh, magbenta na lang ako ng maraming big salmon. Di ba? Sigurado ko may kita pa eh. Kaysa mag-ubus ko ng oras mag-track ng market. Kaya I'm really more of a funds guy. But, if you're trading and you understand that you make money, then good for you. Di ba? But kumbaga, it's not for everybody. Okay? So again, so live session next. Thank you, Leo. Balik po kayo, no? So, kung wala na po kayong questions, di ba? Again, may tips. Anong tips? Anong humingi mo, Salve? Ikaw kaya mag-tips, Salve, no? Stock tips, di ba? Ano ba yung magandang stock tip na yun? Ano ba yung nakita ko, the last one na nakita ko? Yung trading siya below book value. Ano ba yun? Robinson's Land ba yun? Reviewin ko nga. Parang yun, So, those are things that you can consider. Okay. Kumbaga, to each his own yan, Okay, so very important. Okay, sabi ni Kevin, your thoughts on crypto, several companies halting crypto cash out right now. Crypto is a very, very volatile type of investment. Kailangan malalim ang conviction mo. Okay, if you don't understand how crypto works, then you shouldn't be investing in crypto or NFT. Pero kunyari, you understand the technology, you understand the direction, then maybe you could like to expose yourself. I have exposure in crypto, not because I'm an expert. I don't, many of those technology, I nanonosebleed ako pag in-explain nila, But I'm a futurist. I know that things are beginning to change. So I want to be able to put a little bit of money. Siyempre, mas malaki pera ko sa equities, mas malaki pera ko sa properties kaysa doon. Okay? Yun lang yung ko. Kala mo naman gano'ng karaming pera ko magsalita. 2,000 sa crypto, 3,000 sa okay, joke lang. So I hope that answers it. Kasi hindi ako masyado, personal to of course I'm gonna invite crypto experts here also in the future. Hindi naman ako mahilig din sa mga masyadong meme coins. So pag nakita mo naman yung portfolio ko sa crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, more of the big players lang din talaga. Okay, and hindi rin ganun kalaki by the way. Alam mo ganun kalaki. Gagalit sa akin asawa ko. Mahirap pag married ka. Been married for 31 years. Nung kumikita yung crypto, Randall, sana dinagdagan mo. Okay. Nung nalulugi crypto, Randall, dapat lumabas ka na. Ano ba gusto mo, di ba? Okay. So, joke lang. May hugot, May hugot. Okay. Any more question? Any more question for me? I want to be able to answer it. Thank you, Dang. I hope that you're learning. Sana natututo kayo, Kung wala na question, siguro, salamat na to. We can Sabado ngayon, di ba? Sana makapagpahinga kayo, di ba? Tapusin nyo na yung Stranger Things kung naman pinapanood nyo, bago yung K-drama. Okay. So, again, I just like to, reminder lang. So, meron lang akong gusto ko lang i-remind sa inyo. So, again, meron po akong Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Subscribe, like, share. Okay? And of course, meron din po Atram Studio. Okay? Meron po silang YouTube channel, meron silang Viber community. Okay, so again. So, we're just gonna wrap this up. Very important. Wow, hindi po umalis yung mga tao. Salamat po. Next Saturday, next month, first Saturday, na-confirm na po yung aking guest. We're gonna do a property update dun sa mga real estate, ano nangyari, ano yung trends. Somebody I look up to, his name is David Lee Chu. Siya po yung aking guest. So balikan niyo po, announce ko rin po yan. Let's make a date every first Saturday of the month. Live stream po tayo. Kung maganda naman yung output, pwede natin gawing every other. Hindi ko yata kaya weekly, no? But baka pwedeng every other a week with that. So if you're from the Middle East, mga taga UAE, I'll be there. I'll be there on the 7th. But the conference starts on July 16 and 17. I'll be with Carlo Ople, super great guru in digital, and of course my idol, my mentor, Rex Mendoza. Now we're also featuring Filipinos in that session. So do check me out. I'll be in Singapore in September, and I'm gonna shoot for a show in my YouTube very soon. Salamat and God bless everyone. Bye guys. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Atram, for support. God bless everyone. Bye guys.